Okay, so this is what I told. This is what I told our team. Okay, we didn't make enough plays. We didn't execute well enough to win the game. They outplayed us. They made more plays than we made. So we got to give them. We got to give them credit. They played a heck of a ball game. Okay, and it's a 24-hour rule for us: win, lose, or draw. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to get on the tape. We have to get the corrections. Okay, we get the corrections, get things fixed. Then we have to have a great week of preparation, and we get ready for Maryland coming into the woodshed on Saturday. All of our goals are ahead of us. All of our goals are still ahead of us. We're going to block out all of the noise. Okay, we're going to circle the wagons. Okay, the most important voices are going to be the voices inside of our building. Okay, and then we're going to go back to work and get ready for Maryland. That's what we got to do. We're going to own it, give those guys credit. Okay, where credit is due. They beat us. Okay, and we need to execute better, at a higher level. And that's our approach. That's what we're going to. That's the approach we're going to take. Okay, going into next week. Period. Point blank. There's nothing more to it. I got these guys back 100%, so they don't have to worry about that. All they have to do is prepare like crazy and get ready for the next game. I don't feel any different about our team now, okay, than I felt before the game. We got a great group of guys who play hard all the way to the end, okay, and that's the type of team we have. That's the identity. They're always going to do that. Okay, we need better execution in all three phases. That's what we have to have, and that's what we're going to work towards this week in practice. So that's what it is. I'll open it up.
Mel, how concerned are you about the pass defense, especially you got Maryland and Ohio State coming in now? What do you have to do?
Yeah, we have to tighten some things up, and so that's what we're going to work on, obviously. We gave up too many explosives, and we were not good in the screen game as well. The screen. Getting off the field on third down, and that's not just this week. We've had issues getting off the field before on third down, and so we're doing a good job. First, second down, we get them in third down, and then they convert. Then we end up staying on the field. They change the field position, and then they end up scoring, and we hold them to a field goal. And so those are things that we need to improve upon.
Brantley, Williams, and Lowry all being banged up. How much do you feel like that affected the secondary?
No, I mean, if they're out there, then they're ready to go. I mean, we don't have any excuses, any explanations about anything. We need to play better, period. They weren't the only guys that were out or banged up in the game.
And Coughlin with not he's dressed, but
yep, he's sore and he'll work and he'll be ready when he's ready.
How did the team react when you talked about your message about all the goals? How did the team react their first loss of the season? How did they take it?
Yeah, I mean, everyone, we had really good eye contact, and a lot of guys were nodding their heads. They understand, like this is a pretty aware football team, and guys have been through a lot together, and they understand like we have one loss, okay, and we didn't play well enough to win the game, okay, but we have a lot of football ahead of us, and all our goals are still ahead of us, and so, there's what needs to be done, what's next? That's what's most important. What's next? And we have to get on the film, get the correction, understand why. Okay? And we need to get those things fixed, okay? And then we need to get ready for Maryland. And that's the only thing there is to do. And we need to block out all of the noise in terms of they're not this, they're not that. That doesn't have anything to do with what we need to do. We need to prepare like crazy, and our guys, it hurts, okay? They're disappointed, obviously. I mean, they're very disappointed. But at the same time, we need to move on, okay? We need to move on. So we can be disappointed for a little while, okay, but we need to quickly move on to what's next because the clock's ticking. We got to get ready for the next game.
What was it that made Purdue's passing attack so special today at other points this season? Why is it so difficult for teams to substitute?
Yeah, I mean, they have some good players. They got a good quarterback, and we lost some one-on-one battles out there, and so I mean that's really what it comes down to. I mean, they're not doing anything elaborate. They scored basically on a trick play. We had really good coverage on a deep ball, and our corner fell down. We had really good coverage, and on some of the third downs, they converted on some of the third downs, and we had them on third and long. We had them situations where we should be able to get off the field, and we didn't. Okay, and then they killed us in the screen game. That's really what it was.
On that fourth down, the interception, it looked like Green had his hands on the ball too.
Yeah.
Came down. Did you get an explanation on that? Did they review it?
They told me that it wasn't a tie. They told me that the defense really won that down. He had more of the ball than we did, and that was the call that they made.
Mel, the penalties, there was several that were pretty critical.
Yep.
In giving up points. There was the chop block, there was the special teams penalty, there
Yep.
was the personal fouls. I mean, were those just kind of mental errors, or how did you see those play out? How critical were those for you guys?
Yeah, they were critical penalties, but there was like 30 yards like back to back on a scoring drive, and I'm gonna have to take a look at those, and we'll turn them in, and then we'll get the interpretation back from the head official, from Bill. We'll see what he had to say on those. Obviously, I wanted to get some explanation on the field, and they told me what they called, and then move on to the next play. I mean, we're not going to blame the officials or anything like that. We'll see what they say. Maybe we need to do a better job on those plays, and maybe not. We'll have to see. They were critical.
What about the timing of them, particularly after you took the lead? I mean, it seemed like it affected momentum right there.
Yeah, I mean, when you have penalties on offense, they kill drives. Penalties on defense, they extend drives. I mean, there was 30 yards. There's a chunk right there to put them right down there, and those are critical. Penalties. I mean, those are like 15-yard penalties, chunks of yardage in the second. I mean, those are critical, and so we'll take a look at them. And if there's something that we need to do better, we'll coach it up. If it's something where maybe we still disagree, then we'll do that like we've done previously this season, and we'll move on.
I was wondering about Horst not being available, the reasoning for that, and what you thought of the offensive line with how you shuffled it.
Yeah, that was medical, and he'll get back and he'll be ready when he's ready.
What do you think of Kenneth Walker today? The third quarter, they did a pretty good job containing what it looked like. Overall,
yeah.
Decent numbers with him.
Yeah, I mean he ran, he got tough yards. He got what he could get out there, and he broke a couple, and obviously, I mean they had a lot of guys up there, and they were loaded up to stop the run, and he still was able to get what he could get out there, and our line blocked as hard as they possibly could, and the receivers were blocking, and we got what we could get.
Did you think about
having Jalen Naylor out there? Can you see focus on Jalen Reed and things that aren't there that maybe would be in a normal week?
Yeah, it's next man up. That injuries are part of the game. So from time to time, guys are going to be out. The next guy's got to step up, okay, and then we have to go. And it does matter who's out there, but at the end of the day, whoever we put out there, we have confidence they can get the job done. Yeah, he's been working very hard, and we've been getting him in the game, and so he played more this week, and as you can see, he's got talent, and he's really worked hard to earn the opportunity to get on the field, and when he had the opportunity to make plays, he made them. You can see what he can do. He's a dangerous player.
After you got to 8 with that 2-point by him, did you think about going for the onside kick there with that much time left, with how their offense was moving?
No, not with 8. Now with 8, if we hadn't converted, then we would have probably done that. But now with 8, what we needed to do, we needed to go 3 and out on defense is what we needed to do. And I had 3 timeouts, and I started taking timeouts, but we weren't getting them stopped. Sometimes you have to stop them. I mean, that's you got to get them stopped, and they hit a screen and whatever, and it's out the gate, and then that's what it was.
How do you address the issues on third down? Because that's been an issue for a few games now.
Yeah, well, we got to evaluate what we're doing and who we're doing it with, and then we're going to look at Maryland. We're going to see what they do on third down, and then we'll have to make some adjustments, and we'll see. We're going to do everything we can to put our guys in the best position versus what Maryland does, to get off the field on third down. We need to create some more third and longs, obviously. But I mean, even when we get the third and long, sometimes we haven't gotten off the field. It wasn't just today, So those are things. It's rush and coverage got to work better together, and that's critically important.
Was this a good week of practice, you think, Mel, or leading in? Did you have a good feeling? Because people are going to say the Michigan game coming after it, and there's a lot going on and everything. What do you think about the preparation?
I thought we had our best week, arguably our best week of practice this week going into this game, because every single day, we're asking the coaches, how was it today? What did you think today? And the guy was saying, hey, it's good. The guys are working hard. They're physical. They're playing fast. Guys were dialed in. Guys were having extra meetings in the evening on their own, watching film together, things like that. Guys were working really hard to prepare for the game. So that's not something I didn't see that. Okay. I saw that. What you saw. We made too many mistakes. We didn't get off the field on third down. We gave up too many explosives. Okay, on offense, we weren't able to convert when we needed to convert and things like that. And so that's what it was. And so, but the team played hard, and we knew we were going to continue to play hard. We knew our guys were going to play hard, and we just didn't do enough. They did more. They made more plays than us today to win the game. So we got to give them credit, and we got to own it. It's one of those things where you just got to own it. And it's tough. But at the same time, man, like, this is a tough game for tough people.
Did you think when you got the takeaway and then you scored early in the third quarter and made it 21 that you turned it around and you could have your kind of second half?
Yeah, we knew that we talked about in the second half. We said they get the ball to start the half. Okay, we need to get a stop, get the ball back to offense. We're gonna go down and score. Okay, and we're gonna be right. We're gonna be right there. And we felt like we had some momentum in the second half, and there was never any doubt in our mind that we could get it done. But if you don't execute, okay, and they do execute, then you're going to get beat, and that's what happened. So we had our opportunities. It's always, we can always say, well, we didn't do this, and not give them credit, for stopping us. Or whatever, or we blew this coverage, but they made more plays than us. Obviously, the execution was not nearly what we needed to have. I mean, we're gonna be sick when we watch this film. We're gonna be sick. But shoot, we're sick when we watch the film when we win. We are. I mean, it's when we've won some close games, okay, and even the games that weren't not as close, after every single game, we watch the film and say, man, we blew this, or man, we had a bust here, or if this one guy had done this would have been a touchdown. It's going to be no different. It's going to be no different today. Like tonight, when we were on the plane, on the bus, we pull those iPads out, those Surface Pros, we watch that, we're going to be sick to our stomachs. We're sick after wins. Because it doesn't catch up to you till it catches up to you, right?
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.